Okay, Bruce, we are now live for another episode of Third Down Thursdays. We're both tired. It's been a long day,
It's been a
but
long ass week.
you right. But the good thing is we get to talk about football, and that
We
is always
get
fun.
to talk football. All
So
right,
so Bruce, it's
real quick.
Victory Thursday for you.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can
Hey,
make whatever announcements you want to make. You can make whatever proclamations. I'm gonna do a couple minutes of promotion. I will obviously still be listening. I'm very good at multitasking, but
okay.
I will give you the floor first, my good sir.
I like how you're ignoring me now after
How
I
about it?
made the prediction of the Packers losing to the Buccaneers, and you thought I was crazy. Remember this? You remember this? Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were crazy for the reasoning.
The defense.
Yeah, shut up. I know the reasoning was right. We'll get to that later. Go on. Talk about. Okay, you don't
Wait,
need to
hold
rub
on.
it in my
This is
face.
great.
You don't need
This
to
is
rub it in
great.
my face right away.
You're giving
Go
me
on.
credit.
Go on your.
MJ. Let's go. All right, real quick.
I Bruce, you know that I man up. I admit when I'm wrong.
You do, and it's much appreciated by all who watch our show.
Yeah. So
Fair.
you know, Bears won. Bask in your glory. Go for it.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you right now, the offense looks like absolute dog poop. But
You right.
but another solid outing by that defense again saves the day. The problem is in this league, you can only win when an offense. You can have the great defense, by all means, have a great defense, but you can only win when you have an offense that can be mediocre at best and a great defense. Yeah, you can win regular season games. Because to be
Yeah.
honest with you, the hardest part of the Bears' schedule is right now. These next
Yes.
at the time when we talked to JJ, I said, "What do you think you're going to do in the next 5 games?" And I said, I actually said they could possibly go 4-1. But now that they've beaten the Panthers, I feel better. I don't think that they're going to only lose one game. Um, are there chances? Possibly. Do I think it's going to happen? No, because I think they'll get the Saints. I don't think the Saints are as strong
Yeah.
as what we thought they would be. They are who we thought. No, they weren't. That was actually the anniversary this past weekend, by the way. Random fact.
What anniversary?
The Denny Green. They are who they thought they were. We let them off the hook.
I have no clue what you're talking about, Bruce.
Only two reasons for that: either because you're too young, or it's because you're a Packers fan.
Is that the Gale Sayers, Brian?
No, dude, come on. All right, so it was when the Bears played the Cardinals out in Arizona, and the Bears had no offense. Go figure.
Yeah,
and,
weird.
The defense totally took over, and Brian Urlacher played out of his mind.
Okay.
And they came back with they had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. They had a punt return for a touchdown, and just played absolutely out of their minds. And they ended up winning the game by special teams and defense, and that was it. When they were down, I think by 3 touchdowns. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. I don't know. Someone
Look it up, please.
So someone Bueller. Someone just let me know on Twitch if anyone wants to let me know. I'm cool with it. Tell me if I'm a dumbass. I'm cool with that too.
You right.
But anyway, all right. So let's go back to actual current football. Dude, Eddie Jackson, Eddie Jackson, Kyle Fuller, that whole secondary, that defense. Danny Trevathan showed up.
He did. It was a miracle.
Sighting. I can't tell you how great it was to see that team. Well, the defense has always been there, but just Danny Trevathan, it was just good to see. It was good to see. Cole Kmet scored a touchdown. I'm out of words.
I was waiting
right
for
now.
that. I was waiting for that.
I am out of words right now, MJ. This is what happens when I come home from work and directly jump on this. My mind isn't right. I have the wrong juice in my hand right now.
The wrong juice.
Wrong juice.
It's not what Bruce is used to.
Right, but anyway, Jalen Johnson playing lights out. It's a great defense. Again, we're used to it though. As Chicago fans, we're used to great defenses. But you know what? Let's go tangent. Bam. Nick Foles won me over more.
He won you over more?
Yes, with his post-game interview, presser, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
What he did, what he was saying, that was stuff that he shared with the team.
Yep.
Like, he just brought that shit over and was like, "Listen, guys, I don't want to hear you talk. Listen, I don't want to hear you talk about the offense. I don't want to hear you talk about how we're struggling with this, struggling with that.
Yeah.
We get it. We know." Basically, he's saying, "Shut the hell up. We know what we need to work on. Stop asking the damn questions. We got this."
Yeah.
And I loved it. And I was calling him fool's gold.
You were.
Fool's gold. Sorry.
You went off.
I did. And I was wrong. Some people in the Chicagoland area on the radio can't admit that. We won't go who that person is, but because one of his coworkers has been on the show, so I'm not gonna go say anything about that. But as I continue my rant, he went from 6 carat to 9 carat for me.
Ooh.
He's getting he's become a little bit more pure with that comment.
Okay.
With the way he approached that, I loved it. That said, I saw an advanced metric. Since he's been starting, he's made 9 elite throws. So these are basically throws that, they're elite. They're great throws. They're throws that aren't made by your average Mitchell Trubisky quarterback. As I supported the guy too. I shouldn't joke about it. I'm flip flopping here. Shit.
It's okay. It's okay.
But he's made 9 incredible elite throws, whereas he's thrown 7 that were just absolute garbage. So it's just that streakiness that he has. He's I heard the description. I think it was Vilma who said that during the game he is a streaky 3-point shooter in the NBA, and I love that comparison. It's true. It's a streaky 3-point shooter, dude. Like when that dude's on, give him the ball, let him shoot, swag. Same thing with Nick Foles. When he's on, he's reading the field. You saw it in that game. I don't know if you had a chance to see it.
Yeah,
but he started off the game like 7 for 7 on a drive or something like that. It's something ridiculous, something insane. And then he went like after that. I don't remember specifically the stat, but because I didn't watch the telecast over again. But it was something just god awful. And then he was back on it at the end. One thing I will criticize again about him is that he is not making deep throws. He's not making the deep ball. He's not. There isn't anything that I've seen that causes me to say that he's better than Trubisky at the deep ball right now.
Part of the problem is you don't have a huge deep ball threat. Allen Robinson is good, but for the most part, he's not really a deep ball guy.
I will argue that by saying Darnell Mooney is their speed threat, and he's that deep ball guy.
Yes,
that's the only thing.
He'll turn into that. He'll turn into that. But the problem is right now he doesn't have the trust yet. I think is the biggest issue. He's not getting the targets yet. Part of that is he's a rookie. He's learning the offense. I don't blame him for that at all. The issue is he's not an established deep threat. He's not a reliable deep threat.
All you gotta say is, "Hey man, run that 9 route."
I mean, yeah.
You can be like, hey Nick, what do I got here? 9 route, go. But in any case, yeah. And I digress on it, but the biggest thing there though is he needs time.
Yeah.
He needs time to throw the damn ball. He sure as hell isn't getting it at all. And like that's the issue. That's a huge, and I feel bad. Oh, yeah, let's tangent on this bad boy. Yeah. David Montgomery is a really good running back in the NFL.
Yep.
So Chicago fans need to shut the hell up talking about how they think that David Montgomery is not a good running back. The dude is getting hit as he's getting the ball handed to him. Shut up.
And most of the time he's not getting the ball handed to him.
Right. Right. Ah, man, I can't. So real quick, your Allen Robinson comment, not about the deep ball, but I thought this was interesting. I saw this stat. This season, he has 65 targets.
That's really good.
0 drops.
Yeah. I mean, he's extremely consistent.
Hey, Rob.
Okay, don't go on that now. No, but there's no team in the NFL that wouldn't take him. I mean, at worst he's a number 2 wide receiver on a team, and there's only probably 10 teams in the NFL who have a guy better than him. So, I mean, I don't think he's a number 1 on any other team in the NFC North. But outside of that, I think most teams. Okay, Adam Thielen is the number 2 receiver statistically in the NFL right now. Justin Jefferson is 4th. Devonta Adams is better than Allen Robinson. I don't want to hear it. The only one you can argue is Kenny Galladay, but last season Galladay was significantly better than Allen Robinson. And he hasn't been healthy so far this year, so you can't compare this season.
I'll take Allen Robinson over Kenny Galladay right now.
Right now, this season, yeah. But on a fully healthy season, I'll take Galladay every day of the week and twice on Thursday.
On third down Thursday.
Yes, sir.
If we're gonna play like the hypothetical with injuries and shit like that, then you can also talk about who's throwing him the ball. I would take Stafford right now way over.
Oh, for sure.
Over Foles and Trubisky right now.
And I think there's a very good chance that Matt Stafford ends up in Chicago next year.
Whoa, let's save that for the.
Let's be honest. Matthew Stafford and Matt Ryan are not going to be in Detroit and Atlanta next year, respectively.
I agree with that. I think so too.
And one of them will likely, following the Bears' MO, one of them will likely end up in Chicago. Let's be honest. Because are the Bears going to be smart enough to go out and sign Dak or draft a good quarterback? No. No. Are they going to trade for an aging Matt Ryan or Matthew Stafford? Probably. Probably.
Oh, why you gotta be like that? It's so true. It's so
I know.
to do that too. It's
and
so
trust me, with the Bears defense, I wish they would just win a freaking Super Bowl, get it over with.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. From a Packer fan too.
Because you know how hard it is to repeat success in the NFL. Look at the 49ers, right?
You don't.
You don't. It doesn't happen, especially nowadays. So, yeah, the Chiefs are looking really good. They are an extraordinarily talented roster, and eventually it will run out. Eventually they're going to have to pay all of those guys. They've got 2 wide receivers who are on really good deals. Edwards-Helaire is on a very good deal right now. They got Le'Veon Bell on the freaking minimum. So, they're very good handling their money, stuff like that. But for the Bears, they have a Super Bowl champion-worthy defense. They just have nothing on the offensive end. So, obviously, I don't want the Bears to win a Super Bowl, but looking at it from, a football perspective, I of course I wish they would win a Super Bowl. They are very Rams 49ers-esque the last 2 years, so I would not be surprised if they won. That's the way football looks right now, is that kind of team. The problem is Matt Nagy hasn't actually, he's trying to do what Kyle Shanahan does, but, do it his way, but his way doesn't work.
Freaking terrible.
Whereas Matt LaFleur or, Sean McVay are just okay, we're just going to follow what Kyle Shanahan does. Because, weird, it works. Wild, right? So, that's a Packers fan being Matt Nagy, just follow what Kyle Shanahan's doing and you'll win a Super Bowl.
That's impressive. I appreciate that. I appreciate that honesty right there.
You excited to talk Brian Woods tonight? Yes, I'm very excited to talk to Brian Woods. I only know a little bit about the Spring League. Bruce and I actually have a nice little connection to the Spring League, which we'll talk about later.
True.
But no, anytime we get extra football, that's the thing. That's the reason I love the XFL so much. Is I love football. So anytime I get to watch football, that's why the February, March is some of the most boring time because the NFL is over. Baseball doesn't really get going until April, and even then, for the most part, it's not real baseball yet. Everybody's still figuring it out. It's in a normal 162 game season. Nobody really cares until June or July. Let's be honest. Even I, who I'm obsessed with baseball, I don't even really care that much in April. I watch the first 10 games because it's really exciting. Then let's be honest, we all get kind of bored, right? So I think that's the appeal of a spring football league. So having something, since the XFL isn't coming back till 2022, I think that's why I think that's why the Spring Football League will do well. So that's my little rant. We'll get to that more later. But Bruce,
when you got Fox that's willing to take it on too,
for sure. And I think Fox recognized how good the XFL was in their viewership. They got way more viewers than they ever expected. They're like, hey, it can't hurt.
It's because it wasn't a joke league anymore.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a joke league. It wasn't anything that was we're going to do a 40-yard dash to see who gets the kickoff.
For sure.
They got rid of that dumb shit. But we're, again, like you said, we're gonna touch on that a little later.
Yeah. So before we get to that, do you have anything else before I go off on the Packers, Bruce?
Oh no, this is gonna be great. No, all right. So real quick, what did I want? There was something that I actually did want to touch on too. Oh, I want to continue my quick talk about Nick Foles. Well, not quick, obviously, because I'm still rambling about the shit. But with Nick Foles, I like what I saw from him in the perspective in that press conference, because he was able to articulate intensely, mind you. I'm a huge intense guy. I love that shit. When he was like talking about that, and like the way he
got up in the camera.
Out of the camera, like was like pounding down, like listen, like we know, like we're getting ready, like blah blah blah.
He's hype.
It's like I don't know, I kind of like that. It might be the meatball like jackass fan of me that's like, man, dude, get in his face, yeah, let's go. But like I don't know, part of me was like, yeah, damn right, let's go.
Let's go for it, yeah.
I don't think you see that coming from Mitch, and I think part of that. And what the cool thing is, one last thing.
Yeah.
Another great thing about it was I think that he was able to go over to the defense, and despite them saying, "Yeah, man, no, we the offense worry about the offense, we worry about us," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know damn well there's guys out on that freaking field that are like, "Man, dude, what the hell? Why can't they freaking
score some points? Yeah.
Give us some. I get that's the one thing that they're only human. They're only human. There's going to be thoughts like that creep in their minds. So that said, I think Nick Foles is able to walk over to the defensive side of the locker room, be like, gents, we sucked. We're doing terrible. But you know what? Damn it, we're going to get better, and we're going to keep busting our asses. And I like that. Dude, I'm waking up now. I'm getting hyped right now, MJ. I can't wait. Dude, we should play the Packers right now. Let's go.
Okay. Calm down there, Bruce. Okay, so it's time for me to have a little chat about the Packers. So, Green Bay had a great start to that game, right? Well, okay, let's backtrack real quick. They should have had a better start to the game. They had a field goal first drive. They should have been able to get a touchdown on that drive. Ideally, you would have started off 14-0, but still, you had the ball up 10-0 first drive in the second half. You were in position to make it 17-0. And okay.
That ball he threw, by the way, the pick six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went back and I watched just the first two drives on film. And 4 times in the first 2 drives, Aaron Rodgers' first read went to Davante Adams on that same exact route. He didn't throw it, but that was his first read. So this is a problem that Aaron Rodgers had, I want to say 2016, is he got too into he could only throw to Jordy Nelson. And one of the things that made Aaron Rodgers so good early in his career is they wouldn't shut up about it on the broadcast. How by the end of the game, Rodgers had thrown to 10 or 11 different receivers, right? He'd hit all 5 receivers, 2 or 3 tight ends, 2 or 3 running backs, and frickin' John Kuhn, the fullback, would have a reception. Everybody and their mother had a reception. What Rodgers got into when they lost some of that talent, lost some of the depth, is he would only go to his number 1 guy. And I think the Buccaneers corner, forget his first name, his last name's Dean. Dean saw that. It's not that hard to see. I could see it just looking at the film. They get the film afterwards. You can see the first 3 seconds and the last 3 seconds of the play. It's not that hard to figure out. I'm a freaking college student sitting here figuring it out, watching the NFL Game Pass coaches film. I'm pretty sure a freaking starting NFL corner can figure that out, right? So,
Jamel Dean,
thank you. So when Jamel Dean sees that, it's not that hard for him to jump that route. So absolutely, that pick six is on Aaron Rodgers. You need to have a better game plan than that, first of all, because the Packers looked a lot like the 2019 Packers yesterday. It was very reminiscent of their game against the 49ers, coming off a bye in a nice warm weather climate. Some of the comments though that I heard, I'll get to that in a little bit, but it was a very similar game to the 49ers in 2019. That pick was on Aaron Rodgers, absolutely. The second one, Devontae Adams dropped the second interception. But again, it's the same thing. Rodgers going to Adams, first read right away, not even looking anywhere else. Granted, Devontae Adams is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I have no problem with that, but when your timing is off, you need to recognize that. And it was clear through the first couple plays, Rodgers and Adams were not connecting right away on their passes. Their timing was off. The timing with the offensive line was off. Something just did not look right. And so Rodgers tried to go somewhere that it wasn't available realistically. So the second interception I don't put on Rodgers inherently. Adams should have caught it. It was a tipped ball. Anything can happen when the ball gets tipped. Packers defense missed like 3 tip balls that could have been interceptions. They didn't catch them. Bucks caught the tip ball. Props to them. So then you go down 14-10, right?
So upset.
I was texting my dad on Sunday, and I felt like a parent. You know when parents say, "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed."
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I wasn't inherently surprised. The Packers in the last 8 years are now 2-6 down at the bye week. After the bye week, we don't do well after the bye week. And so after the game, Rodgers and LaFleur both said they practiced like crap all week. Rodgers said they were feeling themselves too much. They were too excited. You could see it even in the things that were being posted on the Packers' Twitter and Instagram. It was people goofing around at practice, doing crazy stuff. Devontae Adams was doing crazy catches in practice, barely even running routes. Like, you could see how comfortable they felt, how confident they were, and they had a right to be. But when you're going up against Tom Brady, who, as much as I hate him, he's won 6 Super Bowls for a reason. You can't relax, right?
I have a game question for you, buddy.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me interrupting you. Welcome to being a Bears fan every year, every week, every day.
Yep. Not mad, just disappointed. Yep.
Exactly. So no, my question to you though is, after Aikman and Buck came up with the thought process of, once a quarterback gets a little shaky with 2 interceptions, even after a ball that was tipped in the air and picked up, statistically, you still see up on the board, shit, I've thrown 2 picks.
Yep.
So it was the drive after the tip ball.
Yeah.
He had a seam route to the tight end, I believe. I can't remember who it was.
Mercedes Lewis, wide open, missed it completely.
And he double clutched on it.
Yep.
Do you think that he had in his mind that, one of 2 things in my personal opinion happened, where I think he thought he had less time than he really did. But I'm curious, I'm just asking you, you're a Packers fan. What are your thoughts on that, dude? And what did you think that you think it was him getting in his own head? You think it was him possibly thinking, like I said, that he thought he had less time than he really did? What do you think about that one?
3 things happened. Number 1, I think Rodgers got shaken up on the first interception. He got drilled in the head. And as much as, it's Aaron Rodgers, they're not going to pull him from the game unless he's on the ground and can't wake up. Even his mannerisms. I've watched Aaron Rodgers half of my life now, more than half of my life, and I know what he looks like when he's mad, when he's doing poorly, and it wasn't that, and it wasn't his normal manner, like, just his facial expressions, the way he was acting. He was chewing out Ndamukong Suh. Like, he never gets into that.
Even like when he played on the Lions. Like,
yes, but he never, like, Rodgers on Sunday was deliberately going out of his way to go chew out Suh. Like, just all of his mannerisms did not look right. And he wasn't on the injury report, so I don't know. Maybe that's just me looking into it too much. But I will say, on the first interception, Jason Pierre-Paul, it wasn't a dirty hit. Rodgers got clocked in the head. He went down. He got up right away, but he got up slowly, whatever. So that's number one. Number two, I mean, you get hit a lot in the NFL, whatever, right? Number
Right.
two, I think on that on the play to Mercedes Lewis, he did get hit right after he threw it. So I think that played a part in it. If he wouldn't have double clutched, he wouldn't have gotten hit. Honestly, and you can speak to this probably more than I can. I think he was surprised how open Mercedes Lewis was. Like, I think he saw Mercedes Lewis that open and didn't believe it.
Okay, so
Like, because no disrespect to Mercedes Lewis, he normally, when you're not around the red zone, he doesn't run a route. He blocks.
you're an elite, but
That's
you're an
his
elite
job.
quarterback, dude. You're a Hall of Fame quarterback. There's no reasons why that.
But
you should...
to your point, Bruce, when you've just thrown 2 interceptions, that seeing somebody that open is confusing.
That's not my point. I'm making the counter argument to your thought process on that. Like I'm not taking away my point. I'm not at all, because I actually think that's a more viable reason for him throwing that pick than him just being like, oh shit, he's open. Wow.
Well, but it's the same. It's two sides of the same honestly, coin.
No, like respectfully, I don't. No, because when you think you have more time, so he was getting rushed. He thought in his mental the quarterback clock in his head.
Yeah.
He's like, and their offensive line. I don't know off the top of my head how good their offensive line is, but
with Bakhtiari healthy, it's the best in the NFL.
Okay, good, nice homer.
I'm just statistically they have the best pass and the best running win rate in the NFL.
Okay. Anyways, but like I was saying though, maybe like the internal clock in his head as a quarterback, he's like, "Oh crap, I gotta get rid of this," and that was my first thought. I thought that his internal clock just went off, and he just double clutched it, like freaking out, like, "Oh crap, I have someone coming up behind, like on my blind side." Yeah. That's my thought. I actually think that that's a more viable reason. Not to say you're wrong.
Yeah.
But I think that that's a more viable reason for him to miss a throw like that, because I'll be honest with you, like that, Aaron Rodgers is good enough to make that throw in his sleek left-handed.
Oh, yeah. I just think he was off. He threw 2 interceptions. He wasn't thinking like himself. He wasn't acting like himself. But the other thing I will say, so like we were talking about earlier, a lot of offenses have been copying the Kyle Shanahan offense, right? And the biggest thing in that is motion. And the Packers' motion guy was injured on Sunday. We did not have Tyler Ervin. So Aaron Jones was running motion. He was pretty much the jet sweep guy all day. So that kind of took him partially out of the run game, put him more in the passing game where he's good, but obviously he's a running back first. The Packers, when Aaron Jones was in motion, they had about 7 yards per play. When he wasn't in motion, it was about 2.5. So clearly, and I think anybody who's watched the Packers consistently knows they thrive off motion. Again, the Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, the Tennessee Titan offense, now the Packers offense, that's kind of where their offensive scheme comes from. So not having that, and again, Matt LaFleur not wanting to waste Aaron Jones just running him back and forth on the field all day, the Packers offense just wasn't themselves. Now, their comments after the game, LaFleur said, when you play like crap, when you practice like crap, you're going to play like crap. Rodgers said all week they were complacent, they were feeling themselves. He said from the first play coming out of the huddle, he didn't like what he was seeing. They didn't come out of the huddle fast enough, stuff like that. I just think they had a dud game. I'm not worried about the offense. I'm not worried about the team. They're going to be a playoff team. Again, I trust Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur. This is only, I think, their 4th loss since they started together last year. So this is not something that they make a habit of. All of the comments from everybody this week, people are asking, what are you going to do to improve? Give me a couple things defensively, offensively, special teams that you're going to do to get better. And they're like, we just need to do everything better. We just need to play better. We just need to work harder. So with the same ideas, you loving Nick Foles comments, I loved that immediately after the game, LaFleur, Rodgers, Adrian Amos, the leaders on that team didn't need to go look at tape. They knew what they did wrong. They knew what they messed up. They got beaten by a 6-time Super Bowl champion at home. They got hyped up. I think it can't be underplayed the fact that the Buccaneers had fans and the Packers hadn't played to fans yet. I know Rodgers and LaFleur said that wasn't an impact, but Rodgers has been feasting off of not having fans and being able to throw his hard count, and even just a little bit of different communication can again mess with your offense and make that different. So I mean, I'm not worried. Again, I'm disappointed. I think they could have put up a much better effort, but I'm not surprised and I'm not worried.
So I have two things to say before I don't know if our guest is here or not yet.
Not yet, no.
Oh, fair
So
enough.
keep going.
So great. So I can keep. I can do a little.
Go for it. We can go as long as we want.
So I want to ask you this question. And this is total false thoughts and false logic. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. Come on, dumbass. Let's go. So false logic here, but the Chicago Bears beat.
Yeah. I know what you're gonna. Don't even start with me.
The Green Bay Packers got their asses whooped
Yeah.
by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Chicago Bears now hold the tiebreaker over the Buccaneers in a playoff scenario because they beat them. And now the Chicago Bears also are currently your first place Chicago Bears. MJ, thoughts?
I still think the Packers are going to win the division, and I still think the Bears will finish with a worse record than the Buccaneers.
I love it. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, I know. I mean, I do think so. What I will say is, I think the Bears beating the Buccaneers is much more important than the Packers losing to the Buccaneers, because I think that tiebreaker could have an impact. I still think the ceiling for the Bears is at best 11-5. I think that's a
pretty
case.
Damn high ceiling compared to what we thought it was possibly going to be at the beginning of the year.
Oh, for sure. But the Bears have taken advantage. So the thing is always like, you need to beat up on the bad teams, right? The Bears have beaten up on the bad teams they've played. They got a good win against the Buccaneers. So, I mean, I think they are set up in a good position. The question will be, can their offense hold up? And I think the Packers have, if you're looking at it, the Packers defense is really good. They're top 10, top 15. And okay.
Should we talk DVOA or should we talk numbers?
What? Okay. Bruce, you need to understand that metric that you really love throwing out, that takes points into account.
I know it does.
So the points that the Buccaneers score when Rodgers throws an interception, that goes into. So the Packers really didn't give up that many yards the other day.
You're not wrong. I just like it.
Right.
I like it. You heat it. It's kind of entertaining.
I mean, let me ask you, Bruce. Would you be more confident in the Packers or the Bears to make a run this season?
Run for what?
The Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl? Of course, I'm gonna say the Packers because it's a viable option at quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm not naive to think that. Do I want that? Hell no. But here, real quick though.
Yeah.
So right now the percentages. So playoff odds. Okay, so I'll read you this before I even tell you. So these are from this is from FootballOutsiders.com, which is actually a pretty awesome website.
Yeah.
Playoff odds reported plays out the season 29,875 times. Random draw assigns each team a win or loss for each game. The probability that a team will be given a win based on an equation with blah, blah, blah. Basically, a lot of crazy numbers and blah, 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 things that I don't understand. Right now, currently, it gives the Packers the best chance to win the division at 49.6%.
Okay, makes sense.
Which is understandable. The Bears are 43.4%.
Okay.
And then Detroit's 5.3, Minnesota's 1.7.
Yeah.
Wild card Bears 33%, Green Bay 26%. Basically, they have actually total. Oh, so the Bears have a better chance. It's according to the metrics that they're using to make the playoffs. It's actually weird and interesting because they give Green Bay a better chance to win the division, but they give the Chicago Bears a better chance of Sorry, I got distracted. Two things at one time. This
okay.
P brand gets difficult. They give the Bears a higher percentage to win, or I'm sorry, to get to the playoffs. It's weird because so their total odds to get to the playoffs are 76.4%, whereas the Packers are 75.9%.
How does that? What?
Right, I don't. That makes like in my mind even like that makes zero sense. But
How does that add up?
I don't know.
What? Cause like,
I don't know.
so are they saying that? How? What? How would the Packers? I'm so confused right now.
Because it has right. I don't know. Whatever. In any case, basically both teams are going to make the playoffs. Damn it.
I mean, yeah.
But-
They're 5-1 and 4-1. Like that seems.
I'm actually really looking forward to the week before the Bear or our show. A few days before that game, because we are going to go at it, my friend.
Don't we have to? Didn't we tell Kevin that we'd have him back too?
We did tell Kevin that we would have him back. We did. That's
also,
pretty good.
Also, our Spring League friend is a Steelers fan in the chat, apparently. So, I would just like to say, screw Ben Roethlisberger, but the Steelers are a very good team.
The Steelers are a very good team.
That's all I have to say. I love Chase Claypool. He's fantastic. I have some very good friends.
Should be on the Chicago Bears.
Okay, Bruce, we get it. Your team is
Everyone
bad at
should be on the Chicago
drafting.
Bears.
Did you say everyone?
Everyone. Give me everyone. Just give me everyone.
Yeah, just give you all the whole league and you'd still choke in the wild card round.
Well, probably.
You'd find a way to lose to the grass.
Probably. I mean, we would have like the best offense. Like we could have like the best offensive line, Hall of Famers from left tackle to right tackle. Barry Sanders in the backfield. Nagy would still call pass play.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Never.
Mapletron. Why don't you like Big Ben? I have a professor, teacher that I've known in the last couple of years who went to high school with Big Ben and has told some pretty bad stories about Big Ben.
Does that surprise you? The guy's trash.
No, it doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, I mean, he's a great football player. I think he's a good leader. But I would also say that I am not surprised that Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell wanted to get out of there, and I know it has nothing to do with Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin's a great dude.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin a
best
lot.
in my opinion, best coach in the NFL. The fact that he took that Steelers team last year with no one on the roster to 8-8 and almost made it into the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, I will say Ben Roethlisberger, it looks like he has gotten better over the last couple of years. But
He's moving better.
What?
Ben Roethlisberger is moving better.
Well, we were talking personality, but yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, no, he kind of has to move because he can't throw anymore.
He's a jackass.
No, he can throw pretty far. Some of the throws he's made to Chase Claypool are very impressive. Bruce, want to touch World Series real quick?
Yeah, definitely. So this is the matchup that I believe I picked.
Really? Rays Dodgers?
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, they're the
Dodgers. I mean, dude, apparently juiced up Bruce knows his stuff because we'll go Sprite Bruce. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I thought the Dodgers would make it from the National League. I think the American League was totally a crapshoot.
Oh, yeah.
Also, hey, real quick, I'm picking the Dodgers. Screw the World Series. I want to actually talk about. I want to ask your opinion on this though. So Tony La Russa to the White Sox. That would be hilarious. But you know what though? If you're in a win now mode, what better person to have that's basically hooked to an EKG the whole time to win now? That's terrible. I'm sorry. And he's like, if there's ever a time when we get like good enough, and for him to hear me say this, he's gonna think I'm an ass. But whatever.
The thing that's interesting to me is he's in the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
So does he get like uninducted and then reinducted if he comes back into baseball?
It doesn't work like that because what the hell is his name? Man, I can't remember his name. He was the Marlins coach that came out of retirement.
Mattingly?
No. This was when this was back in 2003. I want to say.
Oh, when they went to the World Series?
When they went to the World Series and they won it. 2003 Marlins manager. I can't remember his name. Sorry guys, we're checking it out right
McKeon?
now. What's up?
John McKeon?
No, Jack McKeon. Yep.
Trader Jack.
72 years old, I believe, something like that.
Yeah, he was 72. What the?
Dude,
How did you know?
useless information.
Okay, Bruce.
Useless information.
But yeah,
But
I want the Rays to win.
I mean, I want the Rays to win too because I just want to laugh at the Dodgers some more. And what makes it even better is the fact that Mookie Betts is like making basically as much as the whole Rays roster.
I think it's hilarious that it's going to be as competitive as it is, and the Dodgers have 3 MVPs on their team.
Right. So, and I'm actually really happy about the fact that it's the 2 best teams from each league.
Yep.
Like, I love that. It's a good representation from both respective leagues. And it wasn't a farce. It wasn't a farce. Like a lot of people came into the season thinking that it was going to be stupid. It's going to be something that was like, it's a shortened season. It's after 60 games. 60 games isn't enough for you to get the cream of the crop to play together. So it's good to see that. That's what I'm happy about.
I think my worry though is that this is going to confirm Rob Manfred's idea that it's okay to have a 16-team playoff every single freaking year.
That's one of the things that I actually just heard that today, that they want to try to keep that, and they also want to try to keep
the DH.
They also want to try to keep the no, that wasn't one of the things. They
really?
want to try to keep the extra inning guy to start on second base. You know what? I was actually really against that until I saw it continuously put into action. I'm of the mindset I actually enjoy watching a shitty batter hit, so I'm okay with the National League still having a pitcher because I do like the strategy involved.
I like and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I agree. It wouldn't affect. And I know my argument before was like saying like, oh, it's great that the Cubs have a DH now. It doesn't mean jack shit because we know how well they hit. They're all the same hitters, so I don't care anymore. Just bring the National League back to where it was. Cubs just rebuild that shit. Like, stop having the same hitter. Go after DJ LeMahieu because he's gonna be a free agent. Sorry, I'm totally going tangent right now.
You think they're gonna steal DJ LeMahieu from the Yankees?
No, of course they're not. They already had their chance and they got rid of him and they traded him to frickin' the Rockies for when they got garbage ass frickin' Tyler Chatwood, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's yeah. Anyways, so go back to the World Series. No, it's been fun to watch it too. The first game was a blowout. Last night was actually pretty decent. There's no game on tonight. Oh, and how about that? So another tangent. Sorry, we're going everywhere.
Oh yeah, we're just going all over the place. Go for it.
Dude, how about freaking tonight's football matchup? Like the freaking garbage bowl.
How is that going?
Beats me. It's the Eagles and the Giants. And the Eagles were favored by like 4, I think.
Eagles are up 7-0, 6 minutes left in the first.
I had a coworker ask me. He's like, he goes to me today. He's like, hey, Bruce. I was like, what's up, dude? And he's like, so I got a question. He's like an older dude. He's pretty nice. He's an older guy, but you could totally tell he's a better too. And he asks me these things. He's like, who do you got tonight? It's the game's 4 points. And I like looked at it. Was funny as hell because I looked at him. I'm like, if you're betting on this game, you have a sincere problem because these are 2 shit teams.
The NFC. So, what's his face? Troy, that we were supposed to have on the show a long time ago. He's a Packers fan. He was tweeting today. He's like, can we just replace the NFC East with 4 college football teams?
Dude, for real. For real. Like, and how about that dumpster fire in Dallas?
Oh my gosh.
You have a legit running back. You have 2 great wide receivers there.
3 great wide receivers.
3
Excuse you.
Great wide receivers. A good tight end. and you have the Red Rocket as your quarterback.
Okay, Andy Dalton is not Dak Prescott. Like, Andy Dalton was good in Cincinnati, but he also had a very good defense. Um, did, did you see the injury to Dak? Like, have you watched the video?
Oh yes, it's that poor guy.
I've had ankle problems my whole life, so just watching that hurts me. It's sad. Also, Pirates fan, we tanked hard this year. Yeah, Pirates.
Oh.
They're the most like bipolar franchise in the NFL, I swear, or in the MLB, I swear. They
I
just
I don't think that's a very appropriate thing to say on the air, sir.
What?
Bipolar.
oh
I
don't
think that they
don't people say
are
that all?
very inconsistent.
Yes, they're very inconsistent. Thank you, Bruce. Get out of here, Bruce. Um,
Of
but
all people to say it too, let's be honest. I'm like swearing and everything like that.
yeah, Bruce freaking drinks.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
shit.
talk about being
Get ass.
consistent on the air, Bruce. Drinking your apple juice in your cup every week. Yeah, I'm still not confident about what's in that freaking Sprite bottle.
Sprite. Why do you think I've actually had like somewhat coherent thoughts? Although I might go tangenty a lot more when I'm not juiced up.
Yeah, you just go on a consistent rant when you're.
Oh, it's one of my old football coaches used to say. It's diarrhea of the mouth, constipation of the brain.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But no, for real, the Pirates are confusing because they always have very good young players, and then they just give them away. Like they had.
They're always gone because they can't. The problem with that market
don't
is they
pay it.
can't keep them there.
Yeah, they don't pay them. That's what I'm concerned about with the A's. Is Marcus Semien is a free agent. Hypothetically, we're supposed to pay him. Also, can we talk about the fact that Matt Chapman is not a finalist for the Gold Glove?
Oh, I didn't even know
At
that.
third
I haven't even
base?
looked at. I'll be honest with you. I haven't even looked at Gold Glove.
That came out today.
I did see a text about it. From
He
my buddy.
played-
Sorry, go ahead.
more. I want to say it was 300 more innings than any. Like, you pick any of the guys who were finalists, and he played 300 more innings than them at third base. So you can't even say like he was hurt. Those guys barely. I don't even know. Hold up, I tweeted it from our account, I think. Let's see who the finalists were. So I'll pull them up if you can.
I'm actually looking at.
Okay, so you got Gio Urshela. What? Like, okay, that makes Eric happy, but
But you know what, Gio? Well, you know what though? It's the market. That's the Yankees.
so yeah, it's stupid. Like, okay,
Johan Moncada, for y'all White Sox fans out there.
like what?
Yeah.
Since when is Moncada good at fielding?
This is actually the first time I've seen this today. Sorry.
That's okay. So yeah, Moncada, 964 fielding. I don't even know what Matt Chapman's was, but it's probably better than that.
The Cubs have two pitchers: Kyle Hendricks, Alec Mills,
Really?
Wilson Contreras, Anthony Rizzo, Nico Horner. You didn't really see all that much action, in my opinion. Javier Baez. Actually, I don't think Javier's going to win this year. I don't think he had a very good year.
Probably not.
It's short. Right field better have my boy frickin' Jason Hayward. Damn
So-
right. All right, good.
So
Oh, wait.
Yohan Moncada is a finalist, and he has -1 defensive runs saved. He was a liability.
Someone's upset.
Yes. Okay, Gio Urshela, 6. That's pretty good. Who is the other? The guy from the Rangers that I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name.
Oh, hold up. I just saw it too.
Falefa.
Oh,
Kiner Falefa.
It's Kiner Falefa.
Yeah.
Isaiah Kiner Falefa.
I mean, he played. Okay, he did.
Oh, sorry.
He did well. He did well too, but he played a third of his games at short. Like, I don't understand.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. So I don't think. So real quick, I don't think we're gonna have our guest on tonight.
I do not think so. I mean, Brian is a very busy man. He's the CEO of the Spring League.
We've been stood up twice tonight.
Well, technically once. Josh at least gave us advance notice.
So real quick, I don't even know. I don't remember if we even touched on this.
We did
I know
not.
we were talking about baseball right now, but real quick. So I know some of you guys are watching. Like, where's the Bears player that you talked about, or blah blah. You guys, So we apologize. Josh did reach out to us and say that he's unable to be on tonight because he's got responsibilities at Hallis Hall, and as a professional athlete, you have responsibilities.
You gotta respect that, yeah.
Okay. So. But he is, from what I've heard, thinking about being on next week.
Yep.
Can we confirm that, MJ? I don't even remember.
Yes. My people have talked to his people, and we're planning on having Josh on next week. And then there's also somebody else who might be on next week. So if we can line that up, I have to talk to a couple of PR people first. For actually one of the organizations who is playing on TV right now.
Do I know this? No, I don't know this. We haven't talked about this.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
Check your text messages.
Oh, I do
Bruce.
know this. Sorry. No.
Yeah, you know this. Yeah.
I do.
So yeah, I talked to him today. He's down. We just have to get official approval from the team.
Can I drop the news?
Let's see. Bruce, do you want to drop the news?
No.
MJ promised. MJ promised me NFC North talk. Okay, real quick.
Wait, who said that?
Joe. One of my friends, Joe. We'll roast the NFC. We'll roast the NFC East in a second. But first, Bruce, you may drop the news.
All right, real quick. All right, so
do you know
guys,
the date?
I do. Yes.
Okay, good.
January, right? I'm fussing.
Yeah. No, that's the other one. That's the other one.
So this is gonna be. We gotta use this as like the preview too. The preview part of it.
Yeah. So ready?
We'll
ready?
We'll clip this. Ready?
Shoot.
All right, so guys, I am super happy and super proud and pretty pumped for our little mom and pop bullshit show.
From your basement in my dorm room.
Right, from basement, dorm room. We got some sweet wood back here. So she said. But I am super happy to let you guys know that we have 2-time Super Bowl champion quarterback for your Chicago Bears
and Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers, the punky QB, Jim McMahon. Yes. We were able to nab Jim McMahon for our show November 5th.
7 p.m. Central Time.
Yes, 7 p.m. confirmed for sure. Dropping in, so we're pretty pumped about it. You guys are going to see some advertisements about it that are made by yours truly and or MJ and or whoever else. Because let's be honest, we have no money to pay anybody for it. But,
you right.
But no, it's awesome. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of questions coming from people who have never even watched us before. That suddenly, when we advertise it a little bit on social media, they're going to be like, "Who the hell are these knuckleheads?" So
who are these guys?
There could be a pretty decent following, MJ.
You right. We're going to get some good views on that one.
Yeah.
We might make a couple cents.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. But yeah, we'll talk more about that. Trust me, plenty in the next couple weeks. But yes, real quick before we leave, promise the boys some NFC East talk.
It's a dumpster.
The Eagles. Let's just say this. ESPN's Football Power Index has the Eagles projected to win the division at 6-9-1.
I mean, 6-9.
Nice. But that's worse. That's worse than the frickin' was it the Seahawks?
It's way worse.
In 2009?
The Seahawks made the playoffs at 7-9.
Yeah, it's not way worse. It's half a game worse, Bruce.
Hey, dude, if you win 6 games, there is no way in hell that you should make the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, I agree. And then, Joe's Dallas Cowboys somehow look worse than the Eagles. Granted, they would not look that bad if Dak Prescott didn't get hurt, but their O-line is trash. They have no defense to speak of. Ezekiel Elliott can't hold on to the ball. Their receivers have no one to throw to them now. People like our friend Jay are calling for the backup quarterback to be starting after 1 week.
Okay, so
They hate Mike McCarthy, which I don't blame them. Bless his soul, he's a great man, but he's a terrible coach. He doesn't know what's going on. And it took them four
Joe,
games to get to the point where they're calling out Mike McCarthy when it took them 8 years with Jason Garrett, who is much worse of a football coach than Mike McCarthy ever has been. So that's what I have to say about the Cowboys. The Washington football team, very good young, up-and-coming franchise.
that defense is one of the top 10 defenses in the NFL.
If they had an offense, it's like the Bears but worse.
So real quick, so Joe is like your boy Joe.
Yes.
That's who
Yep.
is talking about this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be a little bit more nice about this because
Aw.
he's a Packers fan, so of course he's gonna hate on the Cowboys because there's a rivalry there.
What are you talking? They have to win games for there to be a rivalry.
Oh my God! Stop! Leave the poor guy alone. All right, real quick, Joe. I got you, man. So they got the Cowboys got Washington football team next. I actually think they can W that game.
Yeah.
And they got the Eagles. I think they can W that game. Steelers lost. Vikings win. Washington again. We'll just say they split.
Yeah.
And then they got Ravens lost. Bengals win. Niners. I love watching. I love watching them Niner Cowboys games because I'm old. Dude, I remember those days when Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders were going at it in games. So I love that shit. Sorry, man. 49ers are probably going to get that dub. Then they got the Eagles again. The Eagles aren't very good. I'm sorry. I think they can beat the Eagles. Dude, I'm going to actually say that his Cowboys are probably going to win the division.
Really? You still think they'll win the division?
I still think that they'll win the division. Joe, I got you, man. I got you, dude. I got you. Dude, Cowboys. I'm going Cowboys. I freaking hate the Cowboys. Oh man. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's hilarious. No, but seriously though, I would actually tomorrow. You know what I'm gonna do tomorrow? Just so I'll prove to you guys that I'm not full of shit. I am going to go to a betting app because I don't know if we're gonna get a sponsor or not, so I'm not gonna say which one. And I'm gonna put $10. Whopping $10 on the Cowboys to win the division.
I wonder what the odds on that are right now.
I got you.
Look that up.
Oh, this is great. Oh, we got Celine in there too. So just so you know, Joe, my fiance's dad is a huge Cowboys fan. So
yeah, unfortunately. I mean, we still keep her around, but
I had to fight with that too. I've had to reel that in a few times. Be like, listen, this is Chicago Bears house.
I mean, my girlfriend's a Bears fan, so it's fine.
Good for her, smart woman.
Yeah, I don't know about that. No, it's no. We're fairly cordial when it comes to Packers Bears. We mostly just choose not to talk about it. We kind of just ignore it.
I can totally see you just getting all upset. Even if she had a great point, you should be like, no, Packers are great.
No, I wouldn't. No, not with her.
Brett Favre all day, man.
Brett Favre pisses me off, bro. He left us. He betrayed us.
I love Brett Favre.
I mean, he's a great guy, and he did. But again, I mean, one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Only won one Super Bowl.
You do remember what he did when he was on the Jets, right?
We don't need to talk about that, Bruce. You know, family friendly and all. I'm sure.
To the garden. MJ, all he did was go out to the garden and pick an eggplant and take a picture and showed it to a Jets person.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, anybody who follows sports knows what that is. Knows what's going on. Bruce, why'd you have to do that to me at the end of the show?
Oh, it's because it's the end of the show and I'm freaking tired.
Yeah, you're right. 7:58, Bruce. Closing comments. Give me your predictions for the Bears.
I gotta pick the score for the game. Okay, so this is probably I'm 6-0, guys. I am 6-0 picking the Bears. I'm 6-0 on the spread. Let's go. I am super freaking scared for this one though.
Yeah.
The game opened at a 7-point spread for the Rams, favored by 7. Okay, whatever. Just so that way I can fix the confusion if there is any.
Yeah. Whatever.
Last I checked, it was down to 3, I believe. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's do a quick.
That sounds about right.
Quick check. Rams.
Joe, give me your Packers prediction, or not freaking Packers. That's me. Cowboys predictions for this week.
My Cowboy prediction.
I'm asking Joe. Bruce. Calm down.
Sorry, I'm not looking at the. I'm not looking at the.
Yeah, I got chat open. It's fine. I got chat covered. We're fine.
All right, word.
Joe says he thinks the Bears will at least cover.
What's the cover at right now? That's what I'm trying to figure out with the spread. Is it 5.5?
Let me look. I can look on ESPN, which will be fairly updated.
If it's updated, the one I just saw was from 2 days ago, and it was 5.5.
Let's see. Bears, Rams.
Here we go.
Right now, we have ESPN says 6.
Oh yeah, no, it's 6 now. Oh, dude, they're covering.
Yeah, they'll cover that.
They're gonna cover. All right, so, God, I don't want to do it. I'm gonna do it though. The Rams have one of the best defenses in the league.
Yep.
Offensively as well, they're pretty inept offensively. They're not a scary offensive team in my opinion. That said, though, their offense is better than the Bears' offense. Unless I see a dramatic change in what Matt Nagy's calling and the protection that offensive line is providing, I do not think the Bears are going to pull this one out. I am going to go with the Rams 14, your Chicago Bears 10.
I think that's fair. I think that's realistic. Before I get Packers, Joe says Cowboys win 21-18. Defense comes out of nowhere, Randy Orton style, and stifles the football team.
Right. RKO. They RKO. Let's go.
I love that. Honestly, I could see that happening. They rally for a game. I like it. Packers, I wrote my prediction article today that'll come out tomorrow, and I think I had Packers 28, Texans 17, something like that. I think Tennessee, I don't know what happened to Tennessee last week. The Texans' offense is not that good. Will Fuller's just going to get followed around by Jair Alexander, who shut down Mike Evans. He's shut down pretty much everyone he's gotten on assignment this year. That'll happen with Will Fuller. After that, they don't have much. I'm not worried about David Johnson, who's so much past his prime. So, I mean, I'm not worried there. Deshaun Watson is very good. He'll cause some trouble, but I don't think he's going to cause enough trouble to really worry the Packers. They're pissed off. Aaron Rodgers is going to be pissed off. So I'm fairly confident about that one. I think the spread is like 5.5 right now, so the Packers will definitely cover that one.
I agree.
Yeah. So,
right.
touchdown. That's all we got. I think that's all we got today.
Guys, hey, shirt's still available. It's the blue one.
Yeah, we got blue ones. Bruce, did that hoodie ever come? Hoodie or the hat?
Oh yeah, I got the hoodie.
You should wear the hoodie next. Wear the hoodie next week.
I'll rock the hoodie next week, guys.
Perfect.
The hoodie's pretty sweet. The next one that's made isn't going to have the same colors. We're going to change up the color scheme a little bit.
Yeet.
And let us know. Hit some. Get us down in the DM and be like, yo, hook me up.
Give me a shirt. Let's go.
And then send me $10 or MJ $10.
Absolutely, we'll get you hooked up. So yeah.
Hey guys, we got Josh Woods on next week.
Yep. Maybe somebody else. We'll see. And then Jim McMahon, November 5th.
Jim McMahon, the Punky QB on Third Down Thursday. What up?
Yes, sir. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.